happens when parents take home security too far? My parents turned our house into a maximum security prison after watching one documentary about home invasions. At 16, I hadn't had a single friend inside our home in 4 years. No visitors, no exceptions, 12 deadbolts on the front door that took 3 minutes to unlock, motion sensors in every hallway, a doorbell camera that sent alerts to both their phones. Dad's app tracked every door and window opening. Mom photographed delivery drivers through the peephole like a paranoid detective. My social life was destroyed. Birthday invitations stopped when I could never reciprocate. Kids called me bubble girl. Even my biology partner stopped talking to me after I lied about toxic mold to avoid bringing her over. Mom would recite crime statistics at dinner like scripture. Every 26 seconds, there's a burglary in America. Dad added his favorite about break-ins happening when kids are home alone. They thought they were protecting me from becoming a statistic. They couldn't see I'd already become one. The lonely kid nobody bothered with anymore. Everything changed when I noticed Ian from next door sitting on his front steps every afternoon. His parents both worked hospital shifts and wouldn't get home until after 8, and they refused to give him a key. One rainy October day, he was shivering outside, soaked through his thin jacket. I knew what Mom would say, but I also knew about the broken lock on our basement door. It looked secure from the outside, but the mechanism inside had rusted months ago. I started leaving the basement window slightly cracked. Ian would slip in after school, staying completely silent in the corner with his homework and granola bars I'd smuggled down. He never asked for anything, never made noise, never left a trace. He'd crawl back out the window by 7:30, long before my parents returned. For 3 months, this became our routine. Ian had somewhere warm to wait. I had the tiny rebellion of knowing I'd let someone into our house. The Tuesday before Thanksgiving started normally. I got home from drama club to find the house eerily quiet. No TV sounds, no footsteps. Then I heard it, muffled shouting from below. I raced to the basement door and found it completely jammed shut. My parents had gone to check the water heater, and when the door slammed behind them, the broken lock had finally failed completely, trapping them inside. Lola, can you hear us? Dad's voice was already hoarse. They'd been down there for 2 hours, their phones sitting uselessly on the kitchen counter where they always left them during house projects. I grabbed the doorknob with both hands, pulling until my palms burned. Nothing. I ransacked Dad's toolbox. The flathead screwdriver bent when I tried to pry the lock mechanism. The Phillips head snapped in half. The hammer just dented the door frame, sending paint chips flying. Mom's voice was getting weaker. Lola, it's so cold down here. Our basement had no heating system. The concrete walls held cold like a freezer. They were both in light sweaters, dressed for a quick errand, not hours of exposure. The January cold was seeping through the foundation. The basement window was too small for adults. I knew because Dad had specifically chosen it that way for security. Another hour crawled by. I tried calling 911, but they said they couldn't break down doors for non-medical emergencies. My mom is diabetic, I pleaded. She didn't bring her glucose monitor down there. The operator said to call back if she showed symptoms. Dad's instructions became increasingly frantic, then confused. His words were slurring. Mom had stopped responding to my questions entirely. The temperature outside was dropping as the sun set. I slumped against the door, crying, when I remembered. Ian's hands were smaller than mine, much smaller. He'd navigated that lock from the inside dozens of times in the dark. I sprinted outside. Ian was on his steps doing math homework by porch light. I need your help, please. My parents are dying. His eyes went wide, but he followed immediately. He dropped through the window without hesitation. I heard him land, heard my parents' shocked gasps. Ian grunted with effort. The lock fought back, years of rust resisting. Harder! Push harder! I heard my dad try to help, his frozen fingers fumbling. Then, click, the door swung open. My parents stumbled out, Mom's lips slightly blue, Dad unable to stop shaking. They stared at Ian, this stranger in their home, this kid who'd just saved their lives. Mom grabbed him in a fierce hug while crying. Dad kept repeating thank you, like a broken record. That night, my parents removed 10 of the 12 deadbolts. The motion sensors came down the next morning.